You're sitting in a quiet room. Nothing funny is happening. No toy falls over, no silly face, no peekaboo. And then your baby suddenly laughs. For a second, it can feel oddly intense. You may think, wait, what did they just react to? But with a baby's brain, nothing is not always nothing. Sometimes the part we cannot see is the part your baby is actually responding to. So today, we're looking at one simple question. Why do babies sometimes laugh when nothing obvious is happening? And the safer answer is not spooky, dramatic, or strange. It may be much more human than that. What parents notice first is usually the mismatch. The room looks ordinary. The baby's laugh sounds real. And your adult brain immediately starts looking for a cause. Was it the ceiling fan? A shadow? A memory? A feeling? Did I miss something? That reaction makes sense. Adults are cause and effect machines. When someone laughs, we expect a joke, a funny face, a shared moment, or at least something visible. But babies are not only reacting to the world the way adults do. They are still learning which sounds matter, which faces matter, which movements matter, and which feelings belong with which situations. So when your baby laughs at what looks like nothing, the first useful shift is this. Maybe there was no adult-sized joke, but there may have been a baby-sized surprise, a tiny sound, a change in light, a funny rhythm in your voice, the feeling of their own body moving, the expectation that you were about to do something again. What looks empty to you may be full of small details to them. A common misread is to treat the laugh like a hidden message. Parents may wonder, is my baby seeing something I can't see? Or, does this mean something deep is happening? That is understandable. Baby behavior can feel mysterious because babies cannot explain it. But the safest interpretation is usually simpler. A baby's laugh does not have to mean they understood a joke. It does not have to mean they are remembering something. And it does not tell us by itself that something unusual is going on. A single laugh is just one moment, and one moment usually tells you less than a pattern. Instead of asking, what does this one laugh prove? A calmer question is, what was around my baby right before it happened? Were they alert or drowsy? Had you just repeated a sound? Were they looking at your face? Had they just kicked, startled, or shifted their body? Did the laugh happen during play, feeding, quiet time, or right before sleep? That matters because the same laugh can feel very different depending on the state your baby is in. One possible reason babies laugh at nothing is that they are responding to a small mismatch. Something is familiar, but a little different. Your voice rises in a funny way. A toy moves when they did not expect it to. Your face comes close, pauses, and then moves away. Even your silence can become part of a rhythm if the baby expects the next sound. For adults, humor often depends on language, timing, and meaning. For babies, early laughter may be much more physical and social. A sound repeats. A face changes. A movement surprises them. A feeling builds in the body and releases. This is why a baby may laugh before anything looks funny to you. Their brain may be reacting to pattern, rhythm, anticipation, or surprise before they can understand funny the way an older child would. So the core meaning is not, my baby is laughing at nothing. A calmer interpretation is, my baby may be reacting to something small, social, sensory, or expected that I did not notice. That may sound less dramatic, but it is more useful. But this is not only about random sounds or moving objects. Often, the most important thing in the room is you. For a baby, your face is not just a face. It may be one of the first places the social world starts to make sense. Your eyebrows lift, your mouth opens, your voice changes, your eyes widen for a second. You may not even notice you did anything, but your baby might. This is one reason baby laughter can look random from the outside. The trigger may not be a toy or a joke. It may be the tiny emotional signals passing between you and your baby. A baby may laugh because your face tells them something playful is happening, or because your voice has a rhythm they have learned to expect, or because they are watching you react, and your reaction makes the moment feel safe enough to enjoy. That does not mean every laugh is social, but in many everyday moments, caregiver response changes the meaning. A quiet room with no interaction is different from a quiet room where your baby is watching your face. This is where context matters. A laugh during alert play is not the same as a small laugh-like sound when a baby is half asleep. A laugh after repeated peekaboo is not the same as a random burst while they are staring at a ceiling light. A laugh when they are relaxed is not the same as a strained sound when they are overstimulated, tired, or uncomfortable. The behavior is the same word, laugh, but the meaning can shift with state. So before trying to decode the laugh, notice the baby's body. Are their eyes bright and engaged? Are they looking back at you? Are their hands open and relaxed? Are they kicking with excitement? Or do they seem tired, arching away, rubbing their face, turning their head, or getting fussy right after? That after moment matters. A laugh that leads into more connection may be part of playful engagement. A laugh that happens in a tired, scattered, overstimulated moment may simply be part of a body that has had a lot to process. The laugh alone is not the whole story. What surrounds it is the story. As babies grow, laughter often becomes easier to recognize as part of interaction. In the early months, parents may notice small chuckles, squeals, or laugh-like sounds that appear in short bursts. Over time, laughter may become more clearly tied to games, familiar routines, faces, voices, and repeated playful moments. The baby starts to learn the shape of the interaction. You lean in, you pause, they wait. You make the sound, they laugh. Then they may look back at you as if to say, again. That again feeling is important, not because it proves a complex thought, but because it shows how laughter can become part of a back and forth exchange. Your baby is not just hearing a sound. They may be learning how moments with people unfold. This is why a laugh that first seems random may later become more predictable. The same baby who once laughed at a shadow may later laugh when you repeat the same silly sound 3 times. The behavior becomes easier to read because the pattern becomes clearer. So what should parents actually notice? Not every laugh needs analysis. Some laughs are just lovely moments. But if you are curious, watch the pattern. When does it happen most? During face-to-face play? When your voice changes? When a toy moves? When the room is quiet? When your baby is sleepy? After feeding? Right before they get fussy? Also notice what your baby does next. Do they look for your face? Do they smile again when you respond? Do they calm down? Do they turn away? Do they seem more excited or more overwhelmed? This is the safer observation lens. Behavior plus context plus pattern over time matters more than one isolated moment. You do not need to turn your baby's laugh into a puzzle you must solve perfectly. You are not failing if you do not know exactly what triggered it. Sometimes the best response is simple. Smile back, stay present, and notice what your baby does next. Because for your baby, your response may become part of the meaning of the moment. The main takeaway is this: when your baby laughs at nothing, it may not be nothing, but it also does not need to be something dramatic. A baby may be responding to a tiny sensory change, a familiar rhythm, a playful expectation, their own body sensation, or the emotional tone in your face and voice. The safer interpretation is not, "This laugh proves something." It is, "Something about this moment may have been meaningful to my baby, even if I cannot see it clearly." So watch the pattern. Age matters. State matters. Timing matters. Your response matters. And repetition over time matters more than one surprising laugh. A single moment can be sweet, strange, and still completely ordinary. So the next time your baby suddenly laughs and the room looks perfectly still, you do not have to rush toward a big explanation. You can simply pause and ask, "What was my baby noticing? What happened right before? What did they do after?" That small shift can make the moment feel less mysterious and more connected. Because sometimes, what looks random from the outside is your baby's early mind meeting the world in its own tiny way. Not emptiness, not one dramatic answer, just one baby behavior, one calmer lens, and one clearer understanding. What random baby reaction surprised you most?